Hey everybody, this is Graceful Budgeting, where I am on a pathway to debt freedom so that I'm able to give generously and I can enjoy the fruits of all of my labor. Now, if you have not watched any of my videos, then just a disclaimer, everything is going to be pretty like raw, unedited, not scripted or anything like that. So bear with me if you hear the HVAC, or not the HVAC, like the AC unit, the HVAC, because where I'm located, I am in the South, and it's getting real cold in the mornings, and then towards the middle of the day, afternoon, evening, it's you know a little cold, a little breeze, little wind, but then it's like 70s, high of a 72, 73. So the weather is just chaotic as always. So it's like one moment I need to turn on the heat, and then the next moment, okay, let me get that AC back on because it's a little what is the word I want to say? It's just a little cozy, a little too cozy. Um so you know, hopefully y'all can just hear me and not hear this background. So I'm not doing a paycheck to paycheck budget video today. It's solely just a child support payment that I received for the month of October. So last month, September, I received a child support payment, and I want to say the month before, so August or July, I can't remember off the top, I received a child support payment. Now, if you haven't watched my other videos, I do explain my child support um, story situation, and how how frequently I've been getting them, and how long I have not had them. So you guys can look at those videos where I kind of talk about it here and there. Child support is such a taboo topic. I think both on both sides, it's taboo. It's really messy, and it really, you know, it brings out people's true feelings about children, about men, about women, about just you kind of see how people were raised, and what finances looked like in their home growing up, and now you kind of see how it's displayed in their adult life and their parenthood and their parenting style and stuff like that. So I tend to try to stay away from the topic because it just gets too messy. When really the concern should be, hey, there is a child or children, and there's only a one parent home. Children need two parents, and if they can't have the two parents physically in the home, the income of the two parents should definitely be present so that children are able to live, you know, not even a lavish life, but just a quality life, where they're able to have like essentials, food, clothes. They're able to attend, events at school, participate in extracurriculars, just things, things that will help them have a quality life. Um, So yeah, I try not to get too like invested in that because like I said, it gets really messy and people can be really nasty. Um, and I don't like that because they are children at the end of the day, whether they're 2 months, 2 years old, 12, 20. Well, by that time they're an adult, but still they're your children and they still need your support. So for this month, my child support payment was $711.51. Now, what I end up doing with this child support payment is I decided, hey, I really want to focus on saving a portion of this money, almost half, if you will, because my income from my job is very low for the amount of like expenses and bills that I have. For a good 3 to 4 months, I have not been able to put money aside for my little one for their 529 plan or their other um, gift account. So what that was my focal point because my income, the money that I work to obtain and have, I want to try to use as much as that towards bills, expenses, and whatever debt. And I want to make sure I'm using the child support, you know, for at least half of the expenses that are related to my little one, which really is childcare, and then saving and whatever left, whatever wiggle room that I can have, I would use a portion of the child support towards like big debts, like making an extra payment, because what I'm, what I had to like understand is that, okay, yes, I have debt and I had debt before I had the baby, right? Because this is my student loan debt. I had this debt before the baby. However, you know, for whatever reason, I was not able to pay down my debt before the baby was here, but during the pandemic, I was able to knock out about maybe 1,500 or so $1,000 of student loan debt. And now I'm understanding that, hey, if I continue to be in debt, the quality of life that I can offer myself and my little one will probably be very low. So in order to support my child, I have to get out of debt and I have to stay out of debt, or I have to at least get above water so that um, I can, support my kid, 100%, even with child support payments. So all that to say is yes, if I see that this child support can help increase savings for my little one, cover at least a portion, half, 1/3 of my expenses, and there's something left over after the fact, then I'm gonna definitely put it towards my debt, and that's what I did. So for childcare, I got a credit. So my little one's November tuition, which would be due next month, was only $98 even. So I went ahead and paid that literally the day that the child support came in. So I don't have to worry about November's um, tuition because it's fully paid. And then I sent $100 to my little one's 529 plan. Um, and that is, for educational tuition to get supplies. It could even be for like private school, like when they're still, um, in grade school and things like that. So I sent $100 there, and then I sent $352.76 to a high yield savings account um, that was already a little bit, funded just a bit. So this will be an emergency fund for the household, which is just me and my little one. Um, so, say for instance, I've been talking about possibly resetting and leaving this job because of all the reasons in my other video. So if I do have to, step down, then I have the emergency fund, and that emergency fund will support my little one and me. And then for my student loan, I only sent 160.75, and typically I believe my minimum payment is 260.75. And as of recently, which I kind of did like a little breakdown on paper. Hopefully y'all can see this. So this is like my way of documenting my student loan payoff. So my balance as of last week was about $24,881.99, and I just used the 160.75 to go towards that balance. So hopefully by the end of this week, at the top of next week, I'll have the new balance. And oh, well, take that back, because I am going to make a fourth payment um with my money, the money that I made. And since I basically am making two payments, I'm just gonna submit. I'm just gonna pay the minimum payment instead of adding an extra 100, because I basically did add an extra $160, so I don't need to add again. So I plan on paying this on Friday. So today is the 18th, 19, 20. I plan on, and I'm just gonna put a couple of stars because I haven't initially paid it. So, because I'm probably going to pay this on Friday, I probably won't know my next the true balance until like Tuesday or so of next week. Um, so yeah, that's all I have for today. I didn't want to make it too long. So I'm glad that I was able to get the child support out now, and I can just focus on my income. Um, in my last video, I talked about, resetting and all that good stuff with my job. And I just want to first, oh, I should have said this in the beginning. So sorry I'm making this long. But thank you for the comments on my last video. Um, I'm blanking, so I can't remember the y'all's username, but I really do appreciate the encouragement and just a simple, hey, I'm glad that you're doing. Clarissa said, you know, I'm glad that you're, keeping it going and doing what you can and doing the best you can. And another commenter talked about just my vulnerability, and I really appreciate that, because I am, quote unquote, anonymous. um I still believe in being vulnerable. um and I shared the information about how I don't have a car, and I'm trying not to spend so much on Ubers. So I attempted to do a lot of walking, but our infrastructure in America, but specifically in my neighborhood, it's just horrible, and it's not even low key, but it's very dangerous. And I also have a prior like injury um, that makes walking for a long distance, standing for a long time, and even sitting, it makes it really challenging. So I really appreciate the comments. I appreciate the likes, and just I just appreciate the community and finance and budgeting and getting out of debt, starting over, because it's really a lot, and sometimes it feels like the money is just not it's not stretching enough. Um, and I know that again, I know child support is tough. I know some people are not even seeing this amount, and they're either seeing way less or not nothing at all. And that was me for almost 2.5 years. I wasn't seeing anything when I really needed it the most. And I, I still don't know. Like, it's not guaranteed. It's kind of like life, you know. We're here one day and the next we're not, and this may go, you know. So I'm thankful, but I'm gonna do what I gotta do, regardless. And that is all, everyone. I hope you all enjoy the video. I hope everyone stays encouraged. You know, approach everything with love and grace and patience. And something that has been on my mind and my heart is to ask yourself, is it the fear of failing, or is it simply just not God's will? But could it be God's will? So just look at life as like, hey, is it my fear that's stopping me, or is it just not God's will? But could it be God's will? And you know, if you're a spiritual person, just stay in prayer, keep asking God, you know, what is it that you would have for me? And God's best is never withhold. He never withholds his best. So sometimes it could be just your fear, and it is God's will for you to do that thing, to go that place, to make that decision, to say yes to that thing, or even to say no. And that's something that's just been on my heart, on my mind, just for myself. But I just, just felt comfortable sharing it with y'all. So see y'all back for a next paycheck to paycheck budget video.